your best friends will be. Welcome guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming. If you're new, I'm Andrea Phoenix. You can call me Dre, it's so much easier. Please subscribe to my channel down below. I have all my platforms down below as well. Here is my Instagram name so that you can follow along when I do new videos. I post them there too. And you can hit that notification button because I'm not always the most consistent because it's really hard sometimes, but I try. I have some questions that I have been getting from a lot of people who are starting Unitek, who are thinking about starting, or just want to know more information. So here are a few that I have. These are not in any particular order. I just wrote them down. I have my little notes right here. So there are quite a few, but we're going to try to make this not too long. And you never know, you may need some of these answers too. The one that everybody seems to be hearing the rumors about and all of the chatter, do you have to teach yourself? Yes, you will definitely need to teach yourself at Unitek because the teachers, they just go off their PowerPoints and they're just up there talking blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it gets very boring, gets very monotone, and you'll tune out eventually. So yes, you will need to teach yourself some things because some things are new in the books compared to the PowerPoints that they have are old. So yes, you'll need to teach yourself. Is there anything that I need to do before I start at Unitek? Like, is there any way to prepare or anything like that? Answer for that is no, there's not really much you can do. I mean, a lot of people are already in the medical field or are looking to get into it, obviously, for the nursing school, but there's not much that you can do. The process when you get to school to sign up, they are going to give you the spiel on financial aid and all of that stuff. And when you get into it and you actually know that you want to be at Unitek and take the class, they're going to give you a test in the beginning before you even sign up for classes or the class. They're going to test you. It's like on math, comprehension, reading, basic knowledge skills type thing. It's extremely easy, so don't worry about that. And then you'll have an interview with one of the directors or staff members to really see where you're at, see if you're a good fit for the school. That's super simple too. Just be honest and know integrity because that is a huge key for them, is integrity, because they have had bouts of cheating. Before you start your actual cohort, which is what they call your class, there is prereqs that you will need to do, and prereqs are about 2.5 weeks. I think mine was 2.5 weeks, and it's full time, so it's about 8 hours a day for this full 2 weeks, and you'll do A&P, anatomy and physiology stuff. You'll learn more medical terminology if you don't know it. They'll do med math, medication. Med math is medication math, so you know, like your dosage calculations and IV rates and knowing how to tell military time, different things like that. They focus mostly on diseases, and so that's your prereq for 2.5 weeks. How much does Unitek cost? Well, I have made a video of all the LVN programs in the Bay Area. I will link it up here. For Unitek, it is, I think, about 35, 36, 37 grand, depending on different situations. It's expensive, guys. Like, it's ridiculously expensive, but at the end of the day, you'll be a nurse. You have to invest in yourself. I'm not telling you by any means that you have to go to Unitek. Unitek, by any means. I'm not forcing you to. I'm not telling you you need to go or anything like that, but if you choose to go, that's how much it is. You have to invest in yourself. That's how I'm looking at it. So yeah. Now, since the cost is that much, is there financial aid? Yes, there is financial aid. It's just like any other college that you will go to. If you haven't been to school before or college and use your financial aid, you can put your financial aid towards Unitek. If you have already used all of it or most of it, you can still get that. They have grants as well. You can get scholarships. Loans obviously are always an option, and you can do a payment plan with them at Unitek. And if you do a payment plan, it is quite expensive. So they are gonna want the full payment, so that full $36,000 dollars by the end of your program. And so every month that's like 2.5 G's, 3 G's, depending on the payment plan that you guys choose to do. And let me tell you, do not be late for those payments, or else they will blow your phone up and they will put all of your stuff on hold and it'll just be a disaster. When do most classes start? So this one, I am not 1,000% sure. I just know that they have classes starting super often. I think like every other month or so, and they tend to come pretty fast. So yeah, they have classes that start very often, if you guys are wondering. Do they have night classes? Yes. So they do have night class, and night class is part-time. It's not full-time like daytime. Day is full-time. It's usually about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. is what they... 8 a.m. to about 5 p.m. Every day. And then that's an 11-month program. And nighttime is part-time. And it is a 22-month program. And I believe the days are like Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, I believe, for the 22 months. And that is all day Saturdays. I think it's 12 hours. And then nighttime is 5 to 10 p.m., I think. Don't quote me on that because I didn't do nighttime, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Oh my God, you guys, I completely forgot to mention. So I did a little something. I opened up a little store. The link is down below for nurses and for keto people, because I do a lot of keto stuff too. Just little shirts and little trinkets. There's some compression socks, maybe a little mug. Go check it out, you guys. If you want to buy a shirt or anything like that, or if you have any suggestions of things that I could sell, let me know. But I put the link down below in the description, so go check it out. Let me know what you think, you guys. Love you. With everything happening with COVID and all the classes being online, I've gotten this question so much. Is it better to be online nursing school or to be in class? And since I did practically half and half, I liked the half and half kind of deal. It was very nice to be in class in the beginning because you got to meet everybody and be around everybody and really like make friends and find study buddies and all of that stuff, and you switch notes and just really get to know your classmates. That was really nice. And then plus it made it so much better during clinicals because you already had that rapport with your classmates. But I also loved staying at home because I could do my Zoom meeting calls, class, the lectures and everything in my pajamas, and I didn't have to be on camera all the time, so I didn't have to like get ready. And I could just be comfortable inside the house. I didn't have to drive anywhere, get up extra early to sit in traffic, like all of that stuff. So it's kind of a win-win. Also another thing with having the clinicals and already knowing your people, it made it easier. And so if you're at home and you start school like that, because that's how they're starting now, is Unitek classes online, you'll still have to go to clinicals. I think they've opened them back up now. And so you're gonna meet your classmates in clinicals instead of in your actual classroom. So it's, it's gonna be a little bit different. There's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve because you only have 2 days of clinicals in term 1 and 2. So you're not gonna see your people very often. Another thing when you start Unitek, before you even get into clinicals, you have to have like clinical simulation days. You have to learn how to do all the skills. They'll test you and everything. So I don't know how that really is going to work if you are starting at home with Unitek, because in my first term 1 and 2, I was on campus. So that part is unknown from me. Do they monitor you? Yes, they do. Especially when you're taking tests, they're going to monitor you. You'll either be on a Zoom call and taking the test at the same time, or on ATI, because the tests are all online, or you'll be taking your ATI tests with Proctorio. And Proctorio is a whole other situation that I can make a whole other video on, but basically it's a monitoring service with ATI, and somebody else watches you. It's not your teachers or somebody like that. It's like an actual an actual test proctor watching over you taking the test, like video feed, watching where your eyes go, watching like how much you look down, look up, left, right. Like if you're not focused on your computer screen and the questions, like obviously when you read, your eyes go from left to right, and they can see that. They can see your mannerisms, they can see you fidgeting, they can see if you're looking off that way or if you're looking up over your computer screen at something. So yes, you'll be monitored. They will watch your asses. So don't cheat, because it's not really worth it at all. Like if you just study, I'm pretty sure you can pass if you stick with me, because I got you guys and I will help you with whatever you guys need. Comment below and let me know if you have any other questions or material that you would like me to go over, or any specific subject that you are struggling with and that I can help you guys out with. Okay, just let me know. Do the teachers extend help? Like I said in the beginning, you will have to teach yourself. Yes, some teachers do extend their help, but not all of them, because honestly some of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just read the slides because that's what they're getting paid to do. So I would honestly, if you really don't know, yes, raise your hand, or can't in Zoom, but ask your questions, get them out there, because I'm pretty sure you're not going to be the only one with the question. And sometimes the teachers do know what they're talking about. So I mean, if you don't get the answer that you're looking for when you ask it, that's what you have books for. You have Google, you have me. I'm here to help you guys too. So just let me know. But yes, they do try to extend help. They will give you their emails, they'll give you their phone numbers, and they should be available for you and to help you guys. Do I have any tips? Yes. Your best friends will be reading your books and Quizlet. Quizlet is your best friend. I'm not saying that the answers are on Quizlet or anything like that, but if you need help learning how to go over questions and maybe find old questions from, other nursing classes or whatever, just things to help you learn better, learn more, have a better understanding, have stuff that's in depth, Quizlet is very helpful for that. Your books are very helpful for that. So yeah, that's gonna be your best friends. Very good tip. Do you need school supplies? Yes, of course. You're in school. This is nursing school, guys. Hello. Like, you have to be prepared for this, because if you don't, it will eat you alive and you'll fall under all of the work that they give you, all of the studying they give you, everything that you need builds on top of each other. So if you fall behind in one situation or in one area, everything else just builds on top of that. So you need to make sure that your basics, your foundations, your basic concept knowledge of the subjects are concrete, because if you don't, you're gonna fall behind and then you're gonna be screwed. So some people like to do planners. Me, I'm not a planner person. I personally printed out a calendar, stuck it on my refrigerator, put all the test dates, the quizzes, any projects I had to do, research papers, anything like that. I just wrote it on the paper and put it on the fridge, so Every time I went to the kitchen or whatever, I put it up there. And every time I took a test, I wrote my score so I know if I did well, got an A, got a B, got a C, if I failed it. Whatever happened, I put it on there so I knew to do better. It was a constant reminder like, hello, you're in nursing school. You need to get on top of this shit. You need to pass this stuff because you want to be a nurse, right? So do the work because that's what it takes. You also need notebooks. I would suggest different color pens, different color highlighters, note cards, and a recorder. Definitely a recorder because you'll definitely have those days like, oh my God, this class is taking so long, lecture is so long and it's boring and I don't want to listen. So record it. I mean, you're there, still be kind of present or try to, but record the lecture if you're wandering off or you're not paying attention because trust me, you're gonna miss something. And most of the time, their lectures, they have the answers in them. That's the whole point. They're trying to help you pass. They're trying to help you get the knowledge and gain the knowledge and retain the knowledge. So yeah, record it. I mean, you can always go back and listen to it. I mean, that's not a crime. I did it a lot actually because I tend to tune out. I have a very short attention span for some things. Sometimes if it's not really that interesting to me. So I kind of get a little spacey. Recording it works so well, guys. Okay, I have 3 more questions that I got asked. What happens if I miss class? So with Unitek, there's a certain amount of hours that you need to fulfill to be able to sit for your board test. I forgot how many that is, but for Unitek, you're only allowed to miss, I believe it was 7 days worth of class time. I never missed that many. I always missed like maybe a half a day here or a couple hours here, or I was late, you know, an hour, I wanted to sleep in or something. Yeah, I did that. I'm not a morning person by any means, so I'll probably be working night shift, which I love already. But anyway, you can miss up to 7 days, I believe. If you miss clinicals, you have to make those up. If you miss clinical simulation days, you have to make those up. If you miss any clinical in-house, like skills that you need to learn or practice skill time, you have to make those up. If it's class time, you don't have to make those up in terms of time, but they will give you assignments to do that need to be completed by a certain point in time, usually within that week, by that Friday, or the following Monday, depending on what day you were late. So they'll give you assignments to make up for that time, but you have to turn those assignments in or those hours and everything will count against you. They still count them, but they won't like make it a bad thing on your transcript or your file or anything like that. So there is that. You can miss days, you can miss some hours. It's fine. Just know that you're gonna have work to do and you'll have to make them up. For clinicals, if you miss them, you literally have to make up those hours. I think I missed maybe 3 hours total. Like I missed a skill set day, I missed an actual clinical day, and some other things. So I had to literally go in on a Friday, because class was Monday through Thursday, or stay extra late if a teacher was available and had to make up those hours. So basically just don't miss class because you don't have to make up anything. What to expect in Unitek? This is kind of a loaded question because to each his own. What do you expect to get out of Unitek? Comment below and let me know. What do you really expect to get out of it besides just a nursing license? Because pretty much for me, honestly, I'm always the bad guy or whatever. Everybody speaks so negative on it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm just telling you the truth from my perspective. It's a school that provides you a service that gets you a career. That's how I'm gonna put it, because that's what it is. They're in it for the profit. Obviously, 36 grand is a lot of money for one student, and your class is probably about 40 people. So, I mean, just think that's a lot of money in one class. And they churn out these LVNs like butter, like not just LVNs, but they have BSNs for RNs. They have CNA, I think, and medical assistant. So yeah, they're just churning people out, and they don't all cost 36 grand, but it's a school that provides you the knowledge that you need to get your license and gets you to get your license. It's nursing school. That is what you should be expecting. It's not always going to be the most organized or, you know, the most thought out type of deal or anything like that. But there are times that you're going to sit there and like, I love nursing school, and sit there. Other times, I absolutely fucking hate nursing school. And you're probably going to cry. A lot of people cried in my class. But, you know, stuff is hard. It's not easy, and they're not just going to hand it to you. You're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to work for it. That's all I can tell you. Now, the last but not least question that I have was from a non-native person. They are not from the United States. They came from overseas, and English is their second language. And so she was wondering, like, how is it? How am I going to cope? How well will I do? Do you think, being English as my second language? And I had to be honest with her. And find out a little bit more. But like for medical wise, you'll definitely need a good understanding of medical terminology to start with, especially if English is your second language. You will need to get those very basic medical words, medical vocabulary under your belt, because it literally is an entirely different language, and it's not easy to understand by any means. Even for somebody who speaks English, it's not that easy. But you can do it, even if English is your second language and you are still pretty good at English and you understand English pretty well and you speak pretty good English. Because I had a ton of people, not a ton, I had a few people in my class that English was their second language, but they did well. They did very well. I mean, some tests they had to, you know, take twice, or they just failed it, and, you know, you couldn't do a retake, and they would have to read, you know, it would take them longer to do some things because they would have to reread stuff or go and translate things into their language for them to understand. And I mean, that's okay. It just took a little bit longer, a little bit more effort, but it's doable. And I believe that people are definitely capable. If you're not exactly ready to hop in to nursing right away because you're afraid of the language barrier or anything, you can always try a CNA or a medical assistant or a sterile processor or some other, you know, foot in the door, foot in the medical facility that could help you understand or have a better grasp of the medical language and vocabulary and English all around. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. If you have more questions, please comment them below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what else I can help you with. I hope this was informative to at least somebody, and I love you guys. I'll be back with the next one. Bye.